We're pleased to welcome Dan Mannarino, anchor, Pix 11 Morning News, every weekday morning, 6 a.m. to 9 a.m., the pride of Woodridge, New Jersey. How you doing?
That's right. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here. Honored to meet you as well.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yes.
Now, you've had an interesting career. As young as you are,
Yes.
You've been in this business from day one because you love it?
Because I love it. Actually, I went to college for pre-law. Yeah. It's funny how things work.
Where'd you go to school?
I went to Manhattan College in Riverdale.
Okay.
And a journalist came to our class, spoke to us about journalism, and from there on, I had the journalism bug. I was like, okay, forget
What was
pre-law. It was the opportunity to hold people accountable in certain situations. It was the opportunity to reach out to communities that you were part of at one point and serve and bring a message of hope and positivity, but also to be, when that journalist came to us, it was about bringing members of the community in and getting them to be able to express their message that they can't get to a smaller audience. And it bit me, and here I am.
It's interesting, Pix, along with some of the other local stations, I mean, the morning news, morning television is so incredibly competitive. What do you think differentiates your operation?
I think morning television is a beast because you have to really encompass everything. Not only are you up at 3 o'clock in the morning, which is a struggle, and we're on the air starting at 4:30, but I think it is the opportunity to not only give people their local news, world news, but the opportunity to give someone something to smile about as they leave the door in the morning to go to their job, to go to school, wherever they're going. They want to be informed, but they also want to be happy.
Sure.
And they want to smile and be able to talk about something when they get to work. That is on us.
And your co-anchor is?
Betty Wynn.
Did you guys meet together first time? They say, let's try these two together. Is that how it worked?
You know, actually, when they paired us up, we had met for lunch, but that was it. We never had an on-air screen test. It was, look at us there. We were actually hosting the Veterans Day Parade along Fifth Avenue. And so June 20th was our first day on the air, and that was our first day sitting next to one another.
What did you sense immediately?
I sensed her, she was genuine, she was funny, but she was smart. She was incredibly well-read, which is something that I think we needed and were able to bring to our viewers.
So interesting. Do you consider yourself someone, earlier today we had Chris Cuomo, Chris Matthews, and we have some other major journalists on as well, on the national side as well. Investigative reporters like Matt Taibbi was here as well.
Oh, yeah.
How do you see yourself in the media landscape? How would you describe yourself?
It's interesting. I was actually talking with some of the other journalists that you had on your show downstairs. It's an interesting aspect to have this role, to hold politicians, people in authority accountable. It doesn't make you a favorite all the time. And that's something that you have to juggle. Because in morning television...
Aren't you supposed to be popular?
Well, to your audience, yes. But to the people that you're interviewing, not necessarily. I think when you hold a politician accountable, you are not going to be favored by that politician.
And you don't care?
In a way, no. But then they blackball you from coming on their show.
And then you don't have access.
And then you don't have access. So it's a delicate
people don't
balance.
get that. And for those who know us on the Jersey side, let's just say this. There have been governors of the state whom I've interviewed, and let's just say in the course of doing my job, not to make this about me, it's about anyone who does what we do, they're like, I'm not coming back.
Right.
Now you can't get that governor, you can't get the United States Senator, you can't get that person because they're like, I'm not doing that. So the question is, how do we balance?
And it's a delicate balance. It's a delicate dance that you have to approach every single day. How I like to do it is reach out to the viewers. So if we know a politician's coming on, I won't name any names, but I'll reach out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, say, what are your questions? And then pose that it's actually coming from the constituents that put them in office. So then it's not on me. You don't have to dislike me. But
Hey, it's not me. There are other people who want to know.
There are people who want to know.
The other part about you that I find fascinating is your charitable work. Talk about it.
Yeah, I'm a Catholic schoolboy. I grew up in Catholic schools, and for part of your high school career. You
went to Catholic school in Bergen County?
I did, North Arlington, New Jersey.
Don't say you went to Bergen Catholic.
No, I went to Queen of Peace.
Queen of Peace, okay.
Yes.
Which isn't, okay.
It actually shut down, but it was, when I was open, it was a Blue Ribbon School of Excellence.
Essex Catholic High School, shut down.
It's incredible how all these schools are shutting down.
That's another show, but
yes.
We're Catholic school kids.
But you have to have service hours.
We did not graduate in the same class, just want to clarify.
What
are you laughing? Don't laugh too hard. Good, what do you got?
You had to have community service hours.
I had the Christian Brothers who ran my school.
Yes, and when we had the Jesuits, and we had to perform 14 to 16 hours of community service every semester. And for one of those opportunities was Camp New Day. And that was
New Day
for a special needs community, for adults who have Down syndrome, autism on the spectrum, whatever it is, they needed volunteers. And it was an opportunity to say, you know what, let me go do these service hours, knock it out in a couple of days, and I'm done. And 16 years later,
did you get hooked?
I'm still part of the organization.
What hooked you?
I mean, look at that smile. This is somebody, that's Carolyn. She is amazing. And what people, I think, don't realize is these are people who can hold jobs, who can make you smile and give you something that gives you that element of hope to go about in your day, but it also keeps me extremely grounded. And from there, I realized not only did Camp New Day need funding, but there are special needs organizations throughout the country that need funding. And so my friends and I figured a way to do that. We founded an organization called the Circle Up Foundation.
The Circle Up Foundation.
Circle Up Foundation. And the reason we did that is because every night before we went to bed at Camp New Day, everybody would circle up, sing a song, and go to bed. And that's how we came up with the name.
How important is it to you to make a difference, not just as a journalist, but as a citizen of this community?
Extremely important. I think that's what keeps me going every single day. The job is one thing, but when you can reach out to members of your community and see the impact that you're making, that is what makes everything else seem like it's nothing.
Journalism today, with the obsession around digital, handheld, got to get it this way, how has it changed what you do, if at all?
You're no longer just reading the news. You are tweeting, you are Facebooking the news as you're on the air. Because some people are waking up and they're looking at their phone first. They say, oh, Dan just tweeted this. Let me turn on Channel 11 and see what else he has to say. So I think that it's a reach that you have to realize.
You have to be engaged all the time.
All the time, even when you're on the air. It's a live show and you're still going about it, trying to get people to tune in.
And people are also tweeting you. I've seen some stuff of you on Twitter. People are tweeting you about things that they're seeing, things that they're reacting to. You have to be very quick.
Well, they're also our eyes and ears. If somebody tweets something out first and tells me, hey, there's this going on over at Grand Central Station, I alert everybody else, the whole team. They're also journalists now. Everyone is involved.
I want to plug a colleague again. Your co-anchor is?
Betty Wynn.
Betty Wynn and Dan Mannarino. Picks 11 Morning News, 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. and wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you very much.
The pride of Jersey.
That's right.
We'll be right back right after this.
I think at NJIT there are a lot of smart students.
I came to NJIT for mechanical engineering because with in-state, it's one of probably the top 3 schools for engineering.
It sort of creates a friendly competition where you can learn from them.
It's a great academic school.
I feel I'm being challenged, but at the same time, I love the classes I'm taking.
The atmosphere of being here is like being at an upstart company. It's that same kind of drive, that same kind of passion.
Also brought to you by Hackensack Meridian Health and by NJ Best, New Jersey's 529 College Savings Plan.